Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Hang on. Yeah, that's a good cup of coffee. This morning, again, I'm going with Boston's Best Breakfast Blend. Why? Well, we just celebrated the 4th of July weekend here in the States. And of course, Boston, Massachusetts, right there at the heart of our fight for independence. And you know what? Why not? A lot of history with this city, and this is an absolutely great coffee. And as you can see, I'm using it in my clear coffee mug again this morning, so you can kind of get the richness and the color of it, that sort of thing. Really nice, mild ground, really terrific. It says here, ground gourmet coffee. Begin every day with the freshest, most aromatic coffee. Medium roasted and perfect any time of the day. Yeah, breakfast blend, but boy, this is a great breakfast coffee. And yeah, good for any time of the day. I agree with that as well. Now, I wanted to debut another clear coffee mug. Let me show you what I had here. I had one of these mason jar mugs. You've seen these before, right? And I was going to put coffee in here and have a nice hot cup of coffee here. Then I noticed on the back it said not for hot products right there. I don't know if you can see that. Not for hot products. Might be a little difficult because of the lighting and that sort of thing. But yeah, had to pass on this. It's only for cold drinks, but still kind of neat. Maybe I'll come across one that is suited for coffee. But until then, I wanted to showcase the richness and the color and the tone and that sort of thing of some of the coffees I've been drinking here. Some viewers said, hey, it'd be neat if you used a clear coffee mug so we could see how dark or how light the coffee is. So that's Boston's Best right there in a clear coffee mug. Yeah, really nice. And speaking of the 4th of July weekend, as you can see, you can probably see I got some sun. Yeah, I got some sun. I was out in the sun, and you know what? I always, that's the only thing about not having hair. Sometimes when you go out, you forget to put the sunscreen on, and I stay out in the sun a little bit too long, and luckily it wasn't that long to where I got badly burned. But yeah, I got a little bit of redness up there. But this is something we used when we were kids, when we were playing out in the sun, and we were out in the sun too long and ended up getting a sunburn. Noxzema. And you could bet I'm going to use some of this on my dome here after I shoot this video. But yeah, this stuff is great for sunburns. I've used it ever since I was a kid. Everybody in the family used it, and this was the cure-all for a sunburn. And this is what Mom reached for when we had a sunburn, on our back or on our arms. This is what we used. So yeah, and this also makes a great pre-shave. And I've done some videos on that, and I'm going to go back to using this as a pre-shave here as well. Got that nice menthol ingredient in there. So that is really a neat kind of a pre-shave. So yeah, going to go back to this as a pre-shave as well. So just wanted to mention that to you. So for sunburn and for pre-shave, Noxzema, the classic Noxzema. All right, so let's get to some of these questions. We're going to kick it off with an archived question. You'll know why I'm going to be using this question to kind of kick off an announcement here. So let's open up the ancient vault of archived questions right now. I love that. I absolutely love that, and I hope not to use it too often, because it'll be overkill, but I absolutely love that. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I love that. And I'd like to say I got my archive question on archive paper here, but actually it's just a sketch of some of the cartoons I've worked on in the past, so just get a plug in for my cartoons. Okay, but I've got the archive question right here on screen, and it comes from JZ Groove. I believe I answered this before, but it will lead to an announcement. So he wrote, Mark Zarady, what Viking blade or other razor do you recommend and like the most? I'm still a rookie in classic shaving after 26 years of Gillette cartridges. My current axes are Edwin Jagger DE89, standard and short handle, and Merkur 34C. Thanks for the question, JZ Groove. I really do appreciate it. I believe I did answer it before in the past. I love the Vikings blade razors. Absolutely love them. And I'm 36 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers as of this video that I'm recording right now. I only need 36 more subscribers and I'll have 4,000 subscribers. When I reach the 4,000 subscriber mark, I'm doing a giveaway, and I'll be giving away a brand new Vikings blade razor to one lucky winner, and you know, a few other things thrown in there. But I wanted to mention that, so please share these videos so that I'll get to the 36. So I'll get those 36 subscribers and get to 4,000. One of my viewers mentioned in a previous video that, hey, you're getting really close to 4,000 subscribers, so I know that the buzz is starting. I want to make that announcement that yes, indeed, I'll be doing a giveaway at 4,000 subscribers, and someone will win a brand new Vikings blade razor. More details on that when I reach 4,000 subscribers and do the actual giveaway. Okay, so thanks very much for that, JZ Group. I appreciate it. Related to this is a question from Nawaf Al-Rashadi. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. He asked, what is your favorite razor? The basic types of safety razor or butterfly safety razors, and why? So I think what he's asking me here is, what do I prefer, a 3-piece razor or a twist to open 1-piece butterfly razor? And you know, I like them both. I have both of them in my collection. For instance, here is my Vikings blade Emperor Augustus razor. This is twist to open, and the Vikings blade products, the majority of them are twist to open. They do have a couple of 3-piece razors in their product line. I really like the twist to open razors. When I came back to the traditional wet shave, I wanted to get something that was patterned after my late father's Gillette Super Speed, which was a twist to open razor. And the reason why I wanted a twist to open razor was because of ease of loading that blade. And this definitely gives you that. You just twist it open, drop the blade in, and close it. And it's great for beginners because there's not a fumbling around with the blade. Whereas 3-piece razors, you have to be a little more careful if you're a beginner. Now, it's not to say that you can't master it over time. However, initially, when you're starting the traditional wet shave, you want as few bumps in the road as possible. At least that's the way I saw it, which is why I went with the Vikings blade Chieftain, because it was twist to open. The end tabs on the razor head were on the razor blade in the head were enclosed, and it had nice weight and heft. Liked it a lot. Now, a 3-piece razor like the King C Gillette right here, you know, easy to load once you've done it over and over and over again. And usually what I do is I take the handle off, and then I just I place the cap, you know, closest to me, and then the base plate, and then and you've probably seen in some of my videos, I'll place the blade right here, and then I'll just lift the blade and put it on the cap, and then just drop that base plate on top like that, and then just, you know, screw the handle back in this way, flat against the palm, so the edges of the blade you know, don't nick my hand, that sort of thing. And then I just check blade alignment, that sort of thing. So yeah, I would say for a beginner, twist to open, for me, that was the way to go, because I didn't want to fumble around with a 3-piece razor. However, after doing the traditional wet shave for some time and getting that first 3-piece razor, then it became second nature. But I did have to pay attention to what I was doing. But yes, I like the twist to open razors quite a bit. I like them a lot because of that ease of use. Very, very quick to load a razor blade, very easily loading a razor blade, a little bit safer, I guess you could say, than a 3-piece razor initially when you get into the traditional wet shave. And for me, I was looking for a razor that mirrored my late father's Gillette Super Speed, and the Vikings blade Chieftain met all those criteria right out of the gate for me. So yeah, I do favor and bias the twist to open razors, and really the Vikings blade brand has introduced so many wonderful twist to open razors, from the Chieftain 5BC to the Emperor and Crusader line of adjustable razors. And they really are fantastic razors with a twist to open mechanism here, and it keeps the blade locked in there securely. Gives you a great blade. Over the holiday weekend, I've had a chance to have a couple of shaves with this. Absolutely beautiful. Love, love, love the Emperor razor, frosted chrome and Augustus version. Love them both, but I was using the Augustus because I haven't used it in some time. Love this razor, really do. And again, I'm a little biased. I tend to favor the twist to open. Not to say that the 3-piece razors or even 2-piece razors are bad. It's just that you know, that's where I started. And I suppose had I started with a different kind of razor, maybe my bias would be towards a 3-piece. They're both great. I like them a lot. Now with a 3-piece razor, I will say this additionally. The 3-piece razor, and I've noticed this also with the King C Gillette, and some viewers have mentioned this. Some have said that they have possibly over tightened on this screw, the handle here, and it's become a little bit loose. Now when I tighten a 3-piece razor, all I do is snug it up. That's all I do. I don't really crank down on it on any of my 3-piece razors. So that's where I sit with 3-piece razors and twist to open razors, and I hope you found that information useful. Your mileage may vary, obviously, but whether you get a twist to open, a 3-piece, or even a 2-piece razor, shaving with a safety razor and doing the traditional wet shave is absolutely wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful process. It will change your shave. It changed mine and my morning routine. I absolutely love it. And I think if you give it a try, you'll love it too. Just make sure you do the proper prep and use the proper technique, you know, 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen, and really you'll start getting some really, really, really terrific, terrific shaves. All right, so thanks for those questions. I really do appreciate it. This next question comes from Homer Stognov. I hope I pronounced that. Homer Stognov. That last name is spelled Stoqnov. And he writes, is there any difference in applying the shaving cream when you brush it and when you paint it like you have? Sorry, but I'm new to DE shaving and the brushing type of applying the shaving cream really irritates my skin. Now I think what he's referring to is a bowl lather versus a face lather. Now when he says paint it on, I'm sure he's referring to whipping up a lather in a bowl and then just applying it like this, painting it on as you would, you know, paint a house, that sort of thing, or paint woodwork. You're painting it on your skin like this. And it tends to be a little bit softer because you're not using the ends of the tips of the shaving brush. When I do a face lather, obviously I'm really giving a little bit of a mash and really moving that brush around. Now, I think it all comes down to shaving brush technology. If you're using a lower end synthetic brush or a synthetic brush that was manufactured, say, several years ago, the technology has improved since then. And many of these shaving brushes, these many synthetic shaving brushes out there, are just pillowy, soft, like this Peregrino and many others out there. But I just happen to have this as an example. They have nice backbone and the tips are pillowy soft. Now sometimes I like using some of those earlier synthetic shaving brushes, which when I first got them, they felt very soft. But some of them have a little bit of tooth there. Now I like that because it allows me to exfoliate the skin a little bit, get rid of all those dead skin cells, lift the beard a little bit. So a little bit of tooth is nice. Some best Badger brushes that I've used have a little bit of that tooth, and I think some synthetic brushes were mimicking that kind of feel, and I think there are some wet shavers out there who actually like that kind of feel. And other wet shavers want something that is very soft, whether they're painting it on or building a face lather with it. It's personal preference, but you'll find that the synthetic brush technology is getting better and better to where these are so very soft. They're going to be soft regardless if you're doing a face lather or painting it on, it's going to be soft. So my recommendation to you is get a new synthetic brush. Get a better synthetic brush that's out there. Peregrino, the Vikings Blade Fire Mare, anything by Yaki is very, very good. Now you also might want to look at boar brushes, but get a better boar brush. The Simogue, get a 90% tops boar hair from Simogue. Omega makes a really, really good boar brush, but they have to be broken in, so they're not going to be pillowy soft right off the bat. You're going to have to break them in over a period of time, but after that 2-week period or so of breaking them in and using them, they become really, really nice and soft. Great for face lathers, great for painting it on. That's another option to look at also. But without knowing your situation, I'm thinking maybe you're using a lower end brush of some kind that has a little too much tooth in it for your skin. I would say move up to a better synthetic brush, a newer synthetic brush that is utilizing some of the newer manufacturing technology out there, because it seems to me that these synthetic brushes get better month by month. The next one is softer than the previous one and with better backbone, more softness, more exotic knots, great handle designs. Really, it's just amazing. And, and I say it all the time, if you're not doing the traditional wet shave, what are you waiting for? This is the best time to be doing and learning how to do the traditional wet shave, because there is so much product on the market, from great shaving brushes to absolutely outstanding razors. So really, that's my advice. Just try a different brush, try a couple of different brushes, get a little higher end synthetic brush, get a little higher end boar brush, and see where that takes you. Okay, so this next comment comes from the Red Pitbull Mix, and this is regarding blooming a shaving soap puck or doing a dry load from a shaving soap puck. He writes, nice video. I tried something similar the last time I shaved. I had been blooming the soaps I use, and I kept reading that blooming soft soaps can make them run out faster. I find that I get a better lather when I load a damp brush to the dry soap. I don't have a scuttle yet, but I'm planning on getting one shortly. I too noticed that the soap dried a lot quicker after the shave. Just Uncle L also added and comments, great shave and great dry lathering technique. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This lathering technique should protect the pucks from excess water or mold damage. Like many shaving geek hobbyists, I have many pucks of soap which I cycle through, so I'm hoping this dry technique will help them age well into the future. That Vikings blade razor is still on my wish list. Well, 4,000 subscribers. Make sure you check out that video when I do the giveaway, and maybe you'll win a Vikings blade razor. That would be kind of neat. But yeah, thanks for the comment there. I really do appreciate it. So yes, I have been, over the holiday weekend, I have been doing a dry load with my shaving soap pucks. Now, this morning, as a matter of fact, I used Club Guy, and you can see here, I've been letting it dry out. It's been a few hours, but you can see it's dry. It's very nearly dry. This was a wonderful way to do a face lather, and I did do a face lather. I did not build the lather in a bowl this morning. I built a lather in a bowl the previous morning, and I used the shave bowl here, which is high impact plastic. I use this. But both techniques, bowl lathering and face lathering, worked very, very well. And I got to thinking that the dry load of a soap puck, which is really just keeping this dry, getting your brush that's soaked, wringing it out a little bit, having it on the damp side, and then just loading some soap into the bristles, okay, and then applying it to a wet face, and then adding a little bit of water to the brush as you go. This is very similar to, well, using a shave stick. This is the way I look at it. What are we doing when we use a shave stick? We're wetting the face, and then we're applying the shave stick, the soap, right to the face this way, and then getting a damp brush and then building a lather like that. So it's similar in some ways. So I think the big difference here is how you want to approach it. I love blooming my soaps. I really do. The other day I used Cella Green, or Cella Blue, the organic aloe vera, non-tallow based formula of Cella. And I bloomed this, and it's a soft soap. I bloomed it, and I dumped that bloom water into the sink, and I used that as a pre-shave of sorts. That's kind of an advantage there. But with the number of pre-shave oils I have, plus the Cube 2.0 from Phoenix Shaving as a pre-shave soap, those kinds of things, and then going to give Noxzema a try as a pre-shave again. Dry loading seems to be a nice alternative because I'm not going to need that bloom water. I'll have a pre-shave in my shaving routine from these other soaps or oils or Noxzema, that sort of thing. So not much difference there. It all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to bloom your soap? You want to do a dry load? Do you have a lot of soaps in your collection that you don't want to burn through rapidly? I agree. When I'm blooming my soaps, especially the soft soaps, yeah, I'm burning through them a little more quickly. Then again, there's the advantage of, if you burn through that soap kind of quickly, you get to go out and buy something new too. So there's that kind of advantage too. You get to try something new because, that soap puck is already done. It's kind of out of the way. There's something to be said for that as well. So yeah, it's all in how you want to approach it. Both ways are wonderful ways to do the traditional wet shave. Whether you're blooming the soap or whether you're doing a dry load, they both work well. You just have to kind of adjust your soap to water ratio, doing a bowl lather or a face lather. And that comes with a little bit of experience, and it really is an enjoyable process either way. So thanks very much for those comments, guys. I really do appreciate it. And also, Charles Wise commented on this topic, and he wrote, "Happy 4th, Mark." Well, thanks very much, Charles. Happy 4th of July to you too, belated. "I use a dry puck if the soap is soft. I bloom the soap if it is hard, like Mitchell's Wool Fat. I found that my perfect marriage to my Vikings blade Godfather Stonehenge razor is a Perma-Sharp blade. I use the Cube for pre-shave." Another great video. Thank you very, very much. But yeah, I think that's going to be the general rule of a lot of wet shavers. If you have a very, very, very hard soap, you want to bloom that because you're not going to burn through that at all very quickly. If you have a softer soap, like what I have here with Club Guy, or any of the Sterling soaps that I have here, like Mountain Man. This also, I've been dry loading this recently. You're gonna want to probably do a dry load on that. But if it's a hard soap, something triple milled, yeah, you're probably going to add a little water to it to kind of get things going. Yeah, so that's kind of a general rule of thumb that I've been following lately as well. If it's a hard soap, I'll bloom it. If it's a soft soap, I'll do a dry load. So thanks very much for that, Charles. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. Check out my Facebook page. I'm on Facebook. You'll see great cartoons there and other videos like this. Check out phoenixshaving.com or phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Both addresses get you to the same great online store where you can get some great shaving gear. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/marksradio, where you'll find all the products I review on this channel, organized and categorized. You can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.